Hello, my name is John Blake, and I'm here at Johnson Junior High with my friend and colleague Brian Hill. Brian Hill, would you mind stating your age and your profession?
I'm 56 years old. I'm a health and physical education teacher here at Johnson Junior High School in John.
We both teach junior high, like he just said. I teach 7th grade, he teaches 8th grade. And today our goal is to go through a few of his exercises he does to stay healthy. We are going to talk about some feelings he has towards what it means to be physically active and why it's important. And hopefully we can learn a little bit about what it means to have an extended period of time be physically active and how it can affect you as an individual. So our first question is, Brian, when did you first start being physically active?
About the age of 14 when I was in junior high school. I was a little bit overweight as a kid and decided at one point when I was in 7th grade that I didn't want to be that way anymore. And I had a physical education teacher at that time that was an ex-Marine sergeant, and he decided to help get me into shape. So that's basically when I started being aware of being physically active and how important it was to become physically active.
Thanks. Why do you think it's important to stay active? So why do you stay active at this time?
Where I'm at in my career, I've always been physically active, like I said, since I was 14. I think the importance of that is to improve longevity and your quality of life. We're made to move, and I've tried to follow those principles throughout my life now, so that's why.
Brian and I have had previous conversation about his workout regimen, and now is the time where he's going to start showing us a typical workout he does. He actually has a home gym. He's got we have some equipment set up for him here. He's going to go through what he does for some of his exercise, and also we are going to talk about what he does outside of his gym. So I'm going to let Brian kind of go through his workout regimen right now.
Okay. So typically I usually do something every day. I usually take 1 or 2 days off in between every 2 to 3 days that I do work out. I usually start out every workout with a little bit of flexibility activity, get my hamstrings, my quads, and those types of things stretched, my shoulders, and I do doorway stretches and things like that for those. Once I've done my flexibilities, then I usually will start out with push-ups first. So I'll demonstrate how I do push-up. I do them 2 different ways. A little wider grip, the traditional one, keeping a straight back and coming down to at least a 90-degree bend and right back up. I usually do 3 sets of 20 of those, and then I use a small or a close-in grip more to isolate on my triceps. And I usually take 30 seconds to a minute in between each set that I perform. Next activity that I do is dumbbell curls for my biceps. So I will do sets of 20 using whatever weight that I feel is appropriate. I use about 25 to 35 pound dumbbells, but you can use whatever weight is appropriate for you. From there, I work my chest, my biceps, and my triceps. Next thing I'll do is shoulder raises with dumbbells in a forward plane. 3 sets of 20. Out to the side. And then because I've had shoulder surgery on both shoulders, I don't do anything usually overhead. So what I'll do is put dumbbells in each hand, about 30 pounds each, and I'll do shrugs. And again, I do about 3 sets of 20 of these. From here, I have a bar that I use at home, that I use for curls also. And then what I'll do, what I'll just demonstrate with dumbbells today, is I bend forward and I do rowing activities for my shoulders and back. And again, I'm doing about 3 sets of 20 of these also. From here, once I'm done with these, then I move to my legs. And typically what I do with my legs is I have a bar at home, or I'll use dumbbells, and I'll start out with calf raises. And I've got a 2x4 that I use at home, or the edge of a bench, and I will stand and do calf raises. And again, 3 sets of 20 of these in a neutral position, turning my heels in, 3 sets of 20 with my heels inverted, and then with my heels turned out, 3 sets of 20. Then what I'll do is squats, and I just take feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit farther, and I'm working on keeping my back straight and just going down about 90 degrees. I don't usually do a full squat, one because my age and my knees aren't so good, but biomechanically this is just better for your body. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Again, trying to make sure that I keep good posture. Squeeze my butt cheeks as I come up to the top and right back down. Then what I'll do is, again with dumbbells, and again I'm using about 35 pounders now with these, I will work my hamstrings by just bending straight over, kind of like a deadlift. It's a really good activity for getting the long muscles in the hamstring. When I'm done with those, then what I'll do is lunges. And again, you can do these with weights or you can do them with no weights. And typically I will just, at home, I will do these down the hallway and back. I've got a very long hallway that's about 40 feet long, and I'll just go up and down that about 10 times, trying to maintain good form. And then I'll come back down the hallway. After I'm done with legs, then I'm working on my core now. I do several different exercises for core. First thing that I start out with is just a basic plank activity. So I get down on the floor, put myself into a plank position, and I hold. Typically I do this for 2 minutes at a time, and then I move to a side plank and hold. Again, for 2 minutes. And then the other way. For 2 minutes. And I typically do these for about 2 minutes each, and I do 3 sets of those. Then what I also do is I use a plyo ball. And I'll do planks on the plyo ball. And I'll hold these again for about a minute. And you can vary the activity on this and the difficulty by lifting one foot up as you do it and alternate. Then I do crunches. You might want to come over here on this for this. And all I'm doing here, like for simplicity, I'll do it against the wall. So I put my plyo ball underneath me, feet against the wall to stabilize. And all I'm doing here is a crunch. Working my rectus abdominis first, and then I do my obliques. And I typically do 3 sets of 30 of these. And that's about it.
Brian, so how has being physically active changed your life?
Oh, it's given me longevity. It's given me the ability to actually do things at my age. Initially I didn't think that I would be able to do the things that I do at this age. I'm limited orthopedically because of my joint situation, but I find that the more I work out with regularity, the less fatigue I have during the day. I enjoy my day more, I have more energy, and I'm able to do things that I probably, at my age, probably wouldn't be able to do.
How does your family react to your active lifestyle?
They make fun of me. They think I'm crazy for doing the things that I do. It's actually funny. I have a daughter that's active in soccer, and I give her a run for her money every once in a while too. Sometimes she thinks the old man's not able to do the things that he does, but it's given me the ability to kind of do things with the young kids still.
How do you feel that society views mature individuals having an active lifestyle? Do you think they are respected, or what's your opinion?
I think for the most part, the general population respects people that are staying physically active. I think in my day, we used to look back on people that were older and say, why is that guy still doing what he's doing, you know? Go sit in a chair and relax. I think the perception of being physically active nowadays is something that is more accepted. And I think it's more respected now than it used to be.
And you mentioned you've had surgeries and
Yes.
such, and maybe some therapy in the past.
Yes.
How has that limited what you can do now? You kind of spoke about it already.
I did. I've had 2 rotator cuff. I've been physically active all my life. I've played sports all my life. And through that experience, I've incurred some orthopedic injuries. And I've had 3 knee surgeries. I've had both shoulders operated on twice. And so those things have kind of limited what I can do as far as the amount of activity I can tolerate, the amount of weight that I can tolerate doing. But it hasn't limited my ability to want to do what I want to do. So as long as you can adapt to whatever change or limitations that you have, there's no reason why you can't stay active your entire life.
Do you feel like there's any activities that mature individuals should shy away from or not do?
Depending on what their orthopedic limitations are, or if they have a neurological impairment or something like that, those are some things that you might have to address with your physician or your doctor or a physical therapist or somebody who has some background in that, in biomechanics, and they could give you some insight into that. I think an individual has to know themselves and their past medical history, and then, you know, take steps to, I guess, look at what activities that I can do safely without causing more harm to myself.
Brian, I would like to thank you for your time this morning.
Yes.
And I would like to wrap up the video with a conclusion. Today, we went through a typical day for Brian for his workout. He gave us some very powerful insight on how how a mature individual is, I guess, viewed as they progress through their years. And I guess what I'd like to take out of what he has stated is we are made to move. And being a physical educator as we are, we've been enlightened with the philosophy to stay active and keep a healthy, active lifestyle. And also, as we age, we accrue injuries. These do limit our ability to do certain things. However, we need to make sure that we keep the mindset that we either modify or address the situation with a positive outlook and do what we can to stay active and healthy.
I'd just like to add one or a couple more things. Cardiovascular activity is very important at my age also, and I walk 3 to 4 miles in the morning, every morning. I don't run anymore because I have bad knees, but it doesn't mean that you can't do something physically active. Try elliptical glider. Pool exercises are fantastic also because they decrease your body weight and the stress on your joints. But I would encourage everybody to do some type of cardiovascular activity as well as strengthening activities in order to make sure that you're having a well-rounded physical fitness program.
We would like to send you off with a well wishes. We hope that you have positive experiences with your active lifestyle, and have a good day.
Thank you.